Right, so here's a quick review of a campsite that I stopped at last night in Ashbourne. It's literally 3 miles away from a fantastic walk that I did called the Stepping Stones. So it's called, let's get this right, so it's called Ashbourne Heights Country and Leisure Park. And I stopped for one night only. Stopped in my camper van on a grass electric pitch, and the total cost for one night was £15, which I think is fantastic value. Now, this review is done in October, although it doesn't look like it with the weather. Obviously, in the height of summer, that price will change. I think £15 for a one night stay in a place that's 3 miles away from the Peak District, about 3 miles away from Ashbourne Town Centre, I think personally it's great value. First impressions on the actual site, it's really nice. It really is nice. It's nice and clean. It looks like it's well maintained. It's well looked after. There's plenty to do on here if you did want to stop for a week or so. Yeah, and I cannot fault it really. Really good. I'm going to show you some of the different things to do on the site. I know there's swimming, although I've not looked at it yet, but I will film it. There's these. Which I think look brilliant. Now, I've never stopped in one of them, but I think they look really good. If I can find some pictures of what they look like inside, I will put them on this vlog. But yeah, I think it's great if you don't have a camper van or you don't have like a tent. I think they are great just to pop up and yeah, a couple of nights away with the missus or the family. I think it's a great little idea. Yeah, so right, let's go and have a look around the campsite and see what it's like. So far, so good. One thing I will say, because it's so close to the Peak District, the views around this park are incredible. You don't get any road noise at all, and it appears like it's going to be nice and safe for the children. So you've got some more of these. Some of those glamping pods, I think they're called. But look, these are your views. There's some massive statics, I think they're called statics on here. I mean, look at the size of this one. Now, I don't know whether that's privately owned, whether it's a holiday let, but that is massive. I bet you that's a 3-bedroom. I bet you it's bigger than a lot of flats in London. Yeah, that's nice size. This is a lovely area for statics. What I like with the statics they've got here, which in the past I've not noticed in some parks. Firstly, they don't feel like they're on top of each other. You're not sort of sardined into one area. Secondly, every single one not only has parking for 2 vehicles, which is good. They have a little bit of land around them for, you know, kids want to play with their toys close by. But if you look here, for example, so there's a nice mowed, level, flat piece of grass. So, you know, if the kids want to sort of throw a frisbee or fly a kite, whatever they're going to do, yeah, it's ideal. I'd happily come back here with my family and stop in the static on this site. No problem at all. Looks really good. It seems as well each site, each area of the site seems to have their own designated bin area, which is really good because it means you're not walking 8 miles to find a bin. And they're well looked after, look. Yeah, they're not. Plenty of options, so you're not ramming your bags into a bin that's full of wasps. Yeah, and they're not on top of anybody, look. So there's quite a big gap between the nearest static. They're really good. I mean, these are huge. Look at the size of that. It's got double bifold doors. I've never stopped in a static that big. That is huge. This is lovely. And again, same as before. As you can see, yes, they're nicely lined up, but you've got plenty of room around them. You've got plenty of room around them. You've got a little bit of privacy because you're not on top of each other. There's room for children to play. There's room for your cars. Okay, granted on these ones, there seems to be only an area for 1 vehicle. You might be able to park on the grass, or there might be additional parking somewhere, but other than that, I really can't fault it. So it's obviously quite a popular site because it's, what is it, early October, and there's still quite a few people here from holidaying. So it's obviously quite popular, and I don't know whether these are owned or whether the holiday lets, I don't know. But I'm quietly confident that if you wanted to come here and book one of these beautiful statics like these, I'm quietly confident that you could book one of those. They'd be available. I don't know how much they would be. You'd have to look on the website. I think they're booking, most of their bookings done through an external agency, which a lot of places are these days. Maybe like pitchup.com or something like that. Although I did actually book through Ring the Reception last night, and I think instead of £19, which I think it should have been, I think they charged me 15. But yeah, I think most of the booking is done using the online booking form. I quite like the fact that on this site they seem to have statics that are kind of colour coded. So you've got a brown area, a white area, and this might be my favourite. These look really modern. I mean, that's just, tell me that doesn't look fantastic. Look at these. I would say, looking at it, this is the new area of the park, I would say, definitely. Okay, so let me show you where I stopped last night. And I think this area is perfect. When we were sort of a lot younger, we had young children, a lot of the campsites we went to, it felt like the park was always sort of a little bit too far away. And sometimes you felt a little bit ill at ease, or you'd have to go with the children on the park. Well, I mean, this couldn't be any easier really. That's where I parked there. That's my pitch. Nice and big, nice and level. That's a toilet block, showers right there, immaculate. And right here is the children's park. So you've got, obviously you've got the usual stuff, you've got swings, you've got slides. You've got a little bit of space here for them to have a kick around. Now that might upset a few people if the ball bounced off their camper van. But me personally, I would have absolutely loved this when my children was sort of 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, because they could have gone on there, they could have sat outside, had a glass of wine and barbecue whilst watching them have some fun. They're not bored, and I'm not having to sort of spend 2 hours watching a park. So yeah, I think that's a really good idea. And so yeah, this particular area, which I would say there's probably around 40 pitches. I think this particular area is brilliant if you've got young children. There's a closer look at the park, and I've even got here park ups for electric vehicles. Let's have a quick look, because obviously I don't have an electric vehicle, so I don't know if it's just a parking spot or whether it is actually somewhere where you can charge, which makes more sense to me. Let's have a look. Well, I don't know then. I don't know whether that's just a dedicated parking spot for electric vehicles because they're special, or whether that's you can park there and charge your vehicles. So answer on a postcard on that one, I'm not sure. But look at this, this is a nice big area for some statics. Look at these. Have a quick walk around here, look. It's quite big. Obviously I never really stop in statics. I have done in the past. It's actually quite big, so it goes all the way down there. Goes all the way down there. Obviously, if you're in a static, you don't need to worry about the public toilets. So the toilets are really nice. They look brand new. They really are nice. Everything's nice and shiny. Showers, so plenty of room in them. Look like they're free as well. I mean, I really can't fault these. I really can't fault this at all. Look at the location to the park, where I am, where Flo is. That's the park. Can't fault it at all. So the bins are just here. Nice to see they're recycling as well. This is reception and a shop. Before I take you in there, little laundrette, look, fridge, microwave, that's a nice touch. So look in here, so this is the shop and reception. Okay, so that is the site now, summed up for you. Hopefully you've seen enough to make your own mind up. Unfortunately, I can't film the swimming pool because they don't want me to do that, and I can't fly the drone over the site to give you a bit of that either, because they also do not want me to do that, and that's understandable, to be fair. I wouldn't film a swimming pool if people was in it, because that's a bit weird. And I suppose a lot of people kind of get a little bit wary of drones, like it's an invasion of privacy or something. So I can't understand that as well, really. So I think this site is brilliant. Would I come back? Definitely. Would I bring my family here? Well, I'd certainly bring the wife here. I think for my sort of teenage boys, there's not really much here to do. The only one thing I would say, and I struggle to understand even though I've asked, is I wanted to use the swimming pool yesterday after I'd come back for a long walk, because my legs were aching, and I was told that because I'm on my own, I can't go in the pool. So they don't allow people to go in the pool if they're on their own. I've just asked the management team why that is, and they've said it's for health and safety reasons, really, in case if I was to get into trouble whilst in the water, there's no one to raise the alarm. I did sort of say to them, actually, I'm actually qualified to save people from rapids, and I'm a qualified lifeguard, but they just said no, it's just in case that someone gets into trouble on their own, there's no one to raise the alarm. I don't know how many people tend to drown and drop down dead on their own in swimming pools across the nation. But obviously, it's enough for them to have a concern about it. So that's the only real thing. The only real thing I would say. Other than that, the staff are fantastic. The site's fantastic. If you're maybe a couple looking to put yourself somewhere close to a nice walk or a nice town, this is a great site. If you're a young family looking to go somewhere where it feels safe, it's away from all the road noise, this is also a great site. The statics here, I mean, the statics are fantastic, so they're definitely worth a look at. Again, I don't know how much they would be. I imagine most campsites these days are quite expensive since the Rona, but it's something you'd have to look into yourself. All right, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully I've not waffled on too much, and hopefully you've seen enough to make your own mind up. Brilliant. Thank you, and I will see you next time.